I'm gonna play this little clip, man. This is quite interesting. I know you guys been seeing clips, but this is like, damn, I ain't never seen this one, never heard this. Let me go ahead and play this.
Oh, let's do it. What kind of woman are you looking for, David?
Actually, I'm looking for a man, not a woman.
Ooh, ooh. I missed that one. Did you always
I had a
date men?
girlfriend in the past.
Huh?
I had a girlfriend in the past.
Well, why didn't you switch over to guys? Was the vagina that bad?
Well, I got hurt by 3 different women that I was dating, and I just gave up on it. And I just said, well, I'll just try being with a man, which had my bad share of relationships on both sides.
So let me say this. I have met women that have said this. I'm done with men. I'm switching to women. But I've never met a guy that said 3 different women broke my heart. I'm going to find me a penis. I've never heard that. I just never heard it.
So I know this is a little bit out the ordinary, but a couple things stuck out to me, right? Hurt. Like, dude, hurt really have you doing some fucked up shit. The other thing is just like, nah, bro, it wasn't a hurt. You've been that way. You've been a little saucy long before that. And like, this was just your confirmation. I guess it's your confirmation, but let's just talk about it. Because normally you hear women getting hurt, so to speak. Something happened with a man and they just done with men. But this was the other way. First of all, shout out to ladies, women. I don't understand. It's just not in my psyche. Women are so beautiful. They have all different shapes, sizes, colors, tones, smell. I just love women, right? So shout out to the women. But this situation right here is a little bit odd to me. I just want to get you guys started real quick. And it's just the icebreaker. We ain't got to spend too much time on it, but it's just this. I'm like, damn, hurt. That motherfucker's hurting like that.
Yeah, I think the specific way that he described that is how this agenda is formulating people. That's how they want men to think. Like, if women are acting up, you got a other option. That's how they're building them from young ages, like these books, these TV shows, these cartoons, you know what I mean? Like, they're trying to set them up to have that psyche, like to put stuff out of order. So exactly how he spoke that, like this younger generation, I would say 12 and under, they're trying to train them that way to where, women acting up. No, if women acting up and you keep dating them and just deal with, you know what I mean? Or you don't deal with them at all, but you ain't got options, bro.
That's deep. Because that's actually deep, Jay, because
you gotta be careful with that word.
Pause. But it's kind of crazy though, because you wonder now, like, is that like a stage thing? You know what I mean? Was he always, somebody who been kind of doing what he doing on the low, and now because of the day that we're in, it's a lot more comfortable to just say that out loud. It's crazy because it seems like such a cultural difference too. That's the first time I've heard a man say something like that too. And so I don't know if that's depending on where you're at in the country or depending on your lifestyle or whatever it is. It just seems like kind of what Jay just said, it's kind of how people's opinions start to change when you hear something like that. And you would think, is that how it's supposed to go? Is that planned, or is that just a coincidence? I love Kendra G, and I'm sure that, her reaction is definitely sounds about how you think someone's reaction would be. But at the same time, it's he just trying to prove a point. It's hard to know if that dude had an agenda on his own or if he's just speaking sincerely. Why put yourself out there like that if he wasn't speaking sincerely? So I just think it's interesting that it just goes to show the time we're in terms of the kind of conversations that we can have and the kind of drastic changes that will go on. And I mean, maybe the guy's just always been bisexual and now he's just going to explore a different side of himself, and that's just how it's going to be. So, but I don't think that that's going to turn into a norm. I think that if you into women and women is your preference, that's what you're going to do. If you're into men and you always wanted to explore that, and now that, that agenda is kind of being pushed more and more, you may feel more emboldened to explore that side of yourself. So, but it's definitely interesting to hear that kind of conversation be had. And he looked like a much older gentleman too, which is, you know, who knows what kind of lifestyle he's had up to this point. So I'm sure it's easy to knee jerk have a reaction, but it's really just interesting that people are becoming more and more comfortable with speaking on how they feel on things. Buddy, back up, go.
I didn't know what was going on. Is that real?
I was like,
Sorry, that's my dog.
Oh, hey, I was going. I thought it might have been the kids, but I didn't want to offend them. Like, is that a dog? Like, really, my kids sound like a dog? But I'm like,
I thought that was like a sound bite. I was like, that's an interesting sound bite. Quite long.
Yeah. Yo, I was in a meeting. I was in a work meeting like that, yo, and some lady dog attacked her right off the meeting. Like, she's sitting there, you know what I'm saying, instructing us. That dog jumped off, knocked her headset off, and then her joint went black, yo.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Anybody else want to speak on this? Go ahead, Rio. I know you ain't got too much time with us, young man.
Yeah, I agree. He was bisexual or gay to begin with. I think everybody can relate to having their heart broke at one point in time. I don't think you then decide you're going to jump over to the opposite sex. Maybe he decides that he's not going to be in a relationship for some time, but to just switch to another gender, I don't know about that. Something's off there. And then he said his heart's been broken 3 times. They're leaving him for a reason. There's something going on. I think maybe they're discovering that he's not heterosexual, and that's causing problems in the relationship.
You know what? And I'm gonna let somebody else answer in a few, but like certain men have a look, and that's questionable. If I see a woman and she looks like she might have used to look like a man, is a man or some manly features, it's like I'm just not gonna pursue because it has this look. So what I tell men often, and I say it as a joke, and it's just a little fun, right? Is certain men, if you get that indication, don't look them in their eyes. Do not look them in their eyes, because the first thing they trying to do is feel you out, man. They trying to lock eyes with you. I was in Atlanta. I had just touched down, and some of you guys may know this story. And I had stopped by Zara's. My man's looking for some jeans or whatever. And so I'm just sitting there, seeing a little shirt, just grab his shirt, walk around the back. My man's asked, he was like, man, I thought you was going to buy me something. I said, I did that laugh and just turned off like, what the fuck is going on here? I was in Houston, not Atlanta. I was in Houston. I'm thinking like, damn, like I said, bro, man, my man said he's with somebody else. And these be like the aggressor, but they got this look to them. Like they're seeking.
Did you
they
do the
seeking
look?
you. Huh?
Did you do the look?
Hell no.
No, not in him.
Hey.
I thought you just did it now to show us an example of what the look was.
The thing I know is that they're trying to get your attention, because if you give them any indication, that's like a green light for them to go ahead and pursue, I guess. But I don't know, like they just bold. They bold. They will try to come to you. They out here seeking. It's like shit is sad, but to each his own. Let's go ahead and go ahead and finish this one off. Let's speed through this very quickly.
I have a homosexual friend. He told me that it's like a goal of a homosexual man to turn a straight man. So it's like,
wow.
That's the problem right there, yo.
It's like a dream. He said.
What does that mean, though? Why did you ask him why?
Yeah, we've had lots of conversations, because I grew up in a Christian family and I didn't have any homosexual people around us ever, so I didn't know like their thought process. So working with him, we talk a lot. So he explains a lot of things to me, and his mindset, his perspective, and it's interesting. I'll say that. But to speak to the question, I think that gentleman was dating the wrong women. I feel like a man can break your heart just like a woman can break your heart. So I think that's something he wanted. And if he wanted to make it work, he would have just continued to date women until he found the right one. Or like a lot of men here in the ministry say, vet them properly. Because if you're dating the wrong women and everyone's breaking your heart, then you're not with the right one. So
I don't think he was dating the wrong women. I think they didn't have penises. And he finally came to grips that, yo, let me stop fronting.
So you're saying he was gay since he was
Absolutely.
since he was a little boy, and he just was trying to fit in with the ladies.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, if you
yeah,
know that situation, imagine imagine being a black person in the 60s or the 50s where a lot of things are against you. So imagine a gay person being around a bunch of heterosexuals who at one point, you know, the temperature was different, where that was frowned upon, they were mistreated, mishandled. So you keep that. I know
Yeah, back in the day,
people, 'cause
sodomy was legal. You could go to jail for that.
I'm in a fraternity and I know people who literally have marriage and kids. And I know, like, fam. But you know, maybe he has his thing. He goes out for the weekend. You know, he's going on a business trip. We know what that is. That's not a business trip. But yo, to each his own. But what I'm saying is, when the environment is calling for one thing and you feel the opposite, you're gonna try your hardest to fit in because you know that everything is against you, family, friends. You know, you feel like your world is gonna just. So I understand it. But my thing is, you always wanted to do it. Nowadays, I'm sure y'all know somebody that came out like, "Hey, I'm gay," and you're like, "Come on, fam." I knew that 70 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I knew that.
So Jay, you don't think he'll go back to women?
Never, because that's not what he wanted. You never make a decision like that, yo.
Remember a couple shows ago, I shared with you all that I found out my fiance was on the down low. And it was nothing. If you look at him, you would never guess. Everybody was surprised. Actually, a few weeks ago, I guess he's engaged, and the fiance reached out to me. And I'm thinking she's reaching out to me for photography services. And she was like, "No, I know you used to date him. And I'm hearing rumors about him liking men. And I was wondering if you can share with me like your experience. Why did y'all break up?" And I'm going back to the gentleman, kind of like what Jay said, that if these three women broke up with him, or I don't know if it was Jay or Rio, broke up with him, they found something out, you know? So just so you know, women pick up on things, they hear rumors, they see things. And she was trying to get from me, why did we break up? So that's probably what happened.
So he left. I mean, you guys broke up and then he went for another woman instead of just.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not. Look here, I don't believe in bisexual. Either you gay or you're not. Ain't no keep flipping back and forth, riding the line. Hey, you're gay.
You buy it, you own it.
I mean, listen, I know a lot of women. I know a lot of women who they say after they got their heart broken numerous times by men, they started dating women. I just feel like they've always been curious or bisexual, because I've gotten my heart broken, and it's nothing better than a man. It's nothing. Women are beautiful, but I there's nothing about me that wants to be with a woman. So I just think it's already something in you, or just, you know.
It's okay. It's okay if that's what you want to be. If that's
Shut up.
It's okay. It's 2022. So don't sit there and going back and forth, flipping the switch. Oh, tonight I'm gay. Tomorrow morning I'm straight. Hell no, man. You're confusing. You're confusing the situation, confusing yourself. So just be who you are and be happy with it. Who gives a damn? You know, you're not going to be crucified like you said you did in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. This ain't that time no more. You could be free. Matter of fact, they're going to have a Pride Fest here in Louisville next week. They're going to be down there having a parade and enjoying themselves. I'm going to say, man, more power to them. Leave all the straight ladies to be.
I don't know if I agree, because I know people that literally have sex with ladies and men, and they enjoy both.
That's
and
a
they
lie.
will date a girl.
They tolerate
they'll
one
date
or the
a
other.
guy. They'll break up with a girl, and then they'll go date a guy, break up with the guy, date a girl. They'll just go back and forth because they just like both.
That's confusion.
I agree, it's a confusion, but I don't think I don't think they're trying to hide it. I think some people just like both.
King Rio, what you think, bro? You've been sitting back listening.
No. He asked. I think Miss Courtney
Okay,
Michelle.
I might have missed it. That was
Miss Courtney Michelle. You know.
Why you say my name like that? Oh, okay, okay. All right. I don't think it's his actions has nothing to do with women breaking his heart. He likes men. Now, whether he's fluid, liking women and men, I think that can occur. I think it occurs a lot in the younger generation where now fluidity is a thing. It's kind of trendy. So I've met younger guys that have said I like men and women. But I lived in Atlanta for 5 years. And so the culture down there is absolutely different. The gay men are gay. You wouldn't, I think a lot of times we think that gay is they're feminine and doing all the hey girl, but it's no. Some of those men that I know that are gay are big, stocky, look like football players. I've met married men that have had relationships with men as well. They're married to a woman and has messed around with men. They don't consider themselves gay because they don't want a relationship. It's just sex. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think he just likes men. And it has nothing to do with being brokenhearted. I can understand even like the passport bros or women get on my nerves. I want to get someone from Italy. That makes more sense. Not my heart is broken, so I'm just going to take a penis up the butt. I don't think.
Whoa.